Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Oh, we're still set up from last time. Hey, everybody, Dave Neal here. How's that going, folks? Got here just in the nick of time. Some nice, chill, old-school music in the background. What an episode. From Brendan and Pieper's exit, to Dr. Joe arriving, to Dr. Joe and Natasha not working out. And it's like, it just goes to show how complicated it can be. We value Dr. Joe as this like really great member of Bachelor Nation, but then people go, well, Brendan's the worst. And you go, well, maybe. But then it makes you wonder, like, can you be friends with someone who's problematic in their own ways? And if so, what kind of conversation will that look like between Joe and Brendan? Because obviously they have a very good relationship. All right. Joe did such a 180. Did Joe? Well, here's where it got weird, right? It got weird when we had, and by the way, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Do that solid. Thank you so much. Dave Neal here, Bachelor Nation News after episode. East Coast. We're kind of new to the East Coast episodes. So if you enjoy me on the East Coast live reaction, let me know. Let me take some of this info out of here to get that gone. Voicemail number, you can call in and leave a voicemail, 401-213-9828. Go for it. Get involved. Yeah, look, it was almost like Joe was forced to side with his buddy or a first date right off the bat. And it's like, is this what the show does? Are they that like just into it? The producers, where they knew that Dr. Joe and Brendan were good friends. And so the second Brendan exits, they go, let's bring in Dr. Joe. Natasha, ask him if he knew about it. Of course, Dr. Joe probably knows. He goes, I didn't know if they were dating. Whenever anyone has to double up what they're saying, it's like they're just trying to buy time. I didn't know they were dating. Oh boy, what a mess. Caitlin says, I don't know why Dr. Joe didn't just keep getting to know her. Well, I'm sure he did. We only saw what we saw, but I'm sure he did. But like, you can't fake your emotions. I'm sure he was like, yikes. Like what part of this is supposed to be, real versus, everyone's got secrets they don't share, and he's on his first date. I think he was stuck between a rock and a hard place, I think is what they put it. Sarah says, yep, Dr. Joe just shut down right away. Producer teased us for sure. Rhapsody says, I would never have told Joe until he officially lets me know he likes me a lot. Hey, I get that. Let the relationship, get off on its own 2 feet and then get going. Producer shouldn't have to do so much. Dr. Joe was such a disappointment, says Jess. Were you guys disappointed in Dr. Joe? Leave a voicemail, 401-213-9828. We'll get into the voicemails here in a minute. And of course, you know me. I didn't waste a second. You understand what I was doing that whole live stream? I was over here putting together the merch store. I got Disgruntled female merch right there. I just banged this out. What do you guys think? Look at that. You can put it on your thing. That's kind of not bad. $3. I don't set the prices, by the way. I just make the merch and they do their thing. Let me know if you like any of these. Not trying to be sexist, but it comes with an apron. But you could do a woman's hoodie, whatever. Comes different, Disgruntled female there. I don't know, whatever you guys think. It's on the merch store. All right. Sophia said she checked out of that date real fast. It was a turnoff for Natasha that he was so Team Brendan. But that's the thing, we get into this whole Team Brendan. Was Dr. Joe Team Brendan, or was just a buddy of his, I don't know. Let's go back to this design here. So I got it in black. And then we've got, let's see. I think people would like the tank top. Oh, I like this one too. That was a fun one. It's like a sporty thing. Disgruntled female there, sporty. All right, let's go back to the top of your comments here. Oh, Samantha Butler with a $5 super sticker. Thank you so much. Let me get the screaming there. Lemon character. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that, Samantha. Very kind of you. Cher says, hi, how are you doing tonight, Dave? I'm doing well, thank you. I had Chinese leftovers. I'm trying to eat a little healthy. Maggie with a $2 super sticker. Thank you so much, guys. Good to see y'all. Oh, you're so kind. You're showing me you want the East Coast live streams. Not bad. We'll go for an hour or so unless we pick up a big following, and then maybe we'll go a little longer. But, we're competing against other really good Bachelor after episode live streams, and to each their own. Everyone's got a slice of the pie. So anyway, I like Where's the, let's see if we can find the final one here. What else do we have here? This guy. Got the, yeah, I like this one here. You know, just, you know, disgruntled. That looked like it was a disgruntled female there for you. All right. TA says, did anyone see the article about why Pieper's followers might not have dropped as significantly? No, I haven't. I have not. But also, Pieper wasn't the one on the beach. She might have been, you know, in on it, but she wasn't the one who plunged the knife, the dagger. She didn't twist the dagger, even if she was part of the plot, if you will. Yeah, all right. Here we go. So that's that. That's that, folks. What else do we got going on here? Let's go to your voicemails. Do some voicemails here. You can call in 412-139-9828. Let's go to a couple of voicemails here. We've got, let's see who we're talking to here. Oh, hold on. It's going to take me a minute to set this up. Why is it? Oh, it says it's in the dock speaker, but sometimes it's not. Is this Josh in Boston? It might be. Oh, it's not coming through. Hold on. What did I do last time to get this to work? Let me put my Bluetooth back on. Maybe that helps. All right, give me a second, folks. Still setting up the old system here. All right, here we go. Let's see what this does here. Roku. I don't want the Roku. No. Get in. No. Hit the play button.
What's up, Dave? This is Calvin Houston Jr. calling from Memphis,
Calvin
Tennessee. I just want to say that at the beginning of tonight's episode, I can't believe Joe had the nerve to say that Alana and Chris left on their own accord last week when really they took it upon themselves to kick them out.
Truth.
So
pressured.
Everything that came out of his mouth there was a big lie because they forced him out. They kicked him out. So I don't even know why he's trying to claim that. Second, I think it was a good thing that Brendan and Pieper decided to leave the show, and I wish them nothing but the best. Yes, Brendan has made some mistakes, but I'm praying that this relationship works out for both him and Pieper. And as for Natasha, I'm glad she got that rose, and
yeah,
she seemed to have had a good time with Dr. Joe. So, you know, I'm just happy for her there. And I was shocked to see in the preview that they're actually showing the cast evacuating due to a tropical storm. I'm shocked that they're showing this because they'll never show anything like that. So, you know, I'm really looking forward to next week. So, bye.
Thank you so much for the call, Calvin. And is it Calvin in Memphis? It's Memphis, right? Thank you so much for the call. Yeah, I wonder why they're showing the tropical storm. Maybe the next few weeks there's damage done, and they need to establish the fact that they had to go somewhere. Maybe they continue filming wherever if they go to a hotel or whatever the case may be. Absolutely. All right. Let's see. We had a call at 6 p.m. During a commercial break here from Nicole.
Hey, Dave. It's Nicole from Dallas again. I am just calling. The show is on commercial break right now, but I did leave a voicemail like 5 minutes before the show started tonight saying that I think Serena P is getting a good edit and how Matt's season had, I agreed with the caller before me that it was full of mean girls. And I just thought it was super interesting, and I wanted to point out the fact that during tonight's episode, when Joe went to confront Brendan and Pieper, Serena P was nowhere to be found with Joe and the girls that confronted Pieper. Same with Chelsea, nowhere to be found. Same with Abigail, nowhere to be found. And I think it's because they're friends with Brendan and Pieper. I mean, as Brendan said, he had hung out with Pieper, a handful of times with Chelsea and everybody in group settings. And I think those girls, including Serena P, the one who's getting a good edit because of her relationship with Joe, I think they all were against / didn't want to confront Brendan and Pieper, especially Pieper. I think they're all friends. I think they're all probably actually not very nice women. And that's just how I feel about it. Even Abigail, maybe. And I hate to say that. But anyways, these might be your first 2 voicemails after the show ends. So yeah. All right. Good night.
Thank
Bye.
you so much, Nicole from Dallas. Yes, I mean, some strong opinions. I'm not going to disagree with you, but I will say this. I mean, well, let's respond to the comment that I got because it kind of goes hand in hand. Savannah says, at first I was so excited for Natasha and Dr. Joe, but then his multiple weirdly giddy had to be Brendan comments gave me bad vibes. Like, girl, run. I'm glad she saw that immediately too. I don't know if Natasha saw that. Natasha saw that Joe was conflicted, but I don't think she saw that that was a red flag on Joe's behalf. I mean, imagine. Joe doesn't know what the hell went down. He doesn't know what they were saying on the bed. He doesn't know anything. All he knows is Natasha feels really hurt by Brendan. And he's like, oh, man, the person that hurt you on the show had to be my close friend. That doesn't bode well for Dr. Joe. But we have to remember, ladies out there, you've got friends that are best friends with you, that are hot messes, that must be impossible to date, that need so much, that have so much going on. Men are no different. Guys can have a buddy that's a good buddy, good loyal buddy, but then when put in a pressure cooker situation like a relationship or something, the worst version of them comes out. That's not me making any exceptions or apologies or excuses for Brendan. It's just to say that people are complicated and someone can be hurt and still be another person's friend. My hope is that Dr. Joe, regardless of this situation, gets on the phone with Brendan and remains his friend to be like, hey man, let me help you. Like, what the hell was that? Let's talk it out. You don't write Dr. Joe off because of this. You know what I mean? That's all I got to say about that. I think that makes sense though, right? PP says, totally agree, Dave. What was he supposed to say? Call in and let me know what you guys think. 401-213-9828. Call in 401-213. Phone lines are wide open, just getting it going. 330 people. Do me a solid, like this video and hit subscribe if you haven't already. Helps the channel, helps me continue to make more content. So thank you guys in advance so much. Continuing to like the video an odd number of times and make sure to subscribe as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just doing some work on my end over here, making sure that I put it behind me. See, that's nice, right? All right, so much going on here. Phone lines wide open, 401-213-9828. Could Joe and Natasha have missed a chance at love there? Now, of course, Natasha didn't want to get too far into it, but she knew Brendan and him were close. And it could have been that Dr. Joe did know about Pieper. Let's assume this. Let's make an assumption, all right? Hypothetical. Let's have a hypothetical thought that Dr. Joe knew about Pieper and knew about Brendan's plan to get on the show. That doesn't mean Dr. Joe knew that Natasha would be a victim of that plan. So then Dr. Joe comes on and is like, hey, Natasha, let's go, let's do it. And then Natasha's like, oh yeah, Brendan kind of tore my heart apart. Dr. Joe's like, come on, it had to be Brendan. The one person I choose to go on this date with, and it had to be Brendan, That's how I saw it. Rebecca H. says 342 watching and less than 60 likes. Come on, y'all. Lance that bass. Spike your coconut. Caress your Burgess. Bump your Harrison. And Lil John your thong. What? I don't know. We don't have one for Lil John. John Bon. Hit your bonbon on your little... Push your Little John onto that bonbon. Right? We'll figure it out, folks. We'll get it. We're running out. Wow, so much going on here. Why did I hit that button? All right, so let's go back to some jams here. Voicemails wide. Here's what's gonna happen. I'll get like 10 voicemails all at once. But right now, no voicemail. So feel free to call in. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. Jamie says, Dave, what do you think about Kendall staying on the island? I feel like Ivan is getting the short end of the stick here. Or maybe Kendall's getting the short end of Ivan's stick. You know what I'm saying? All right, folks. I digress. What do I think of Kendall staying on the show? I think she could want to move on, but not do it on the same beach as an ex that she was with. So I want to give her the benefit and grace that she is available to move on, but it sucks to do that, especially given that Joe had, Chicago Joe, produce aisle Joe, he had several episodes of an advanced time to canoodle with somebody before Kendall came along. So if the roles were reversed and Joe came onto the beach, remember how lonely and weirded out Joe was about everything? Imagine if Kendall was, lancing her bass on top of Ivan, and then Joe comes along with and then someone, and then Joe's like too busy trying to look at his ex, be like, what am I even doing here? So I can totally understand how Kendall kind of got the raw deal there. But I don't know. Maybe you can also have a bad night. Maybe she needs to sleep it off and try again tomorrow. But thanks for the question, Jamie. BT says, also what annoyed me was when Brendan was leaving in the limo with Pieper and he was like, I didn't mean for people to get hurt. I just omitted information with a straight face. Yeah, he goes, and again, remember, up until 2 weeks ago, right? When Brendan posted that, here for the wrong reasons or whatever, type of post being like, oh, I'm the villain. Up until that day, when he started losing all the great unfollowing, he still didn't know how bad it actually was. Not making excuses for him. If I sound redundant, it's because I'm sick of people calling me out saying, oh, your boys with Brendan, you're making excuses for him. Not making excuses for him. This is a crime documentary, and we're trying to see the motivation behind the quote-unquote killer. All right? That's all it is. So get it right. Tiffany goes, my Brendan. How adorable was that? When Dr. Joe goes, my Brendan? Not the other person's Brendan. My Brendan? You're Brendan, Dr. Joe. You're Brendan. So we'll have some fights coming up. It looks like this is from the preview. Aaron is a Virgo. No wonder he's so funny. Okay. Let's see what else. Anything else? Things Ivan prayed would be edited out. That Kendall shut down. That Kendall shut down. That Kendall shut down. God, if you're listening, help. That's funny. Trey Cooper said, I'll always wonder what would have gone differently if we went to paradise after watching ourselves back from Katie's season. That's a great hypothetical you'll never know. What would have gone differently? Because they went straight from Katie's season, so they never got to see how they were edited. They never knew if they were going to be the villain or whatever the case may be. All right, what else do we got going on here? Joe literally said, let's go, girls. He's got the Joe and the ladies. Joe and the ladies. What is this? Oh my God. Is that who I think it is? I was doubting the quality of trash TV that Bachelor in Paradise Canada could possibly provide, but I don't even care anymore because they got Alex Bordy, top 5 Bachelorette contestant of all time. There's Alex Bordy. Wow. What can you do? Objectify him. Kendall, do you really expect people to feel sorry for you? Like, hello, you had him. He was your guy, but you chose staying home over trying another state. Now you're all like, why doesn't he want me back? You choose to stay, so now you have no choice but to put up with it. Yikes. You brought this on yourself. Is that Meryl Streep? Wow. That's pretty cutting right there. BT likes the music. Thank you so much. Let's go here. Dr. Joe allowed Brendan to mess up a budding relationship that could have been beautiful. Joe knew about Pieper but did not want to diss Brendan. At the end of the day, a real man will not allow this. I think that's not necessarily accurate. Dr. Joe didn't watch what we watched. He doesn't know what went down. Okay? So, better to not talk than to throw your buddy under the bus on a first date when you don't really know everything that went down. I'm not saying Natasha's a liar. I'm saying Dr. Joe didn't get to see that. He's a smart guy. He's a doctor. We can assume that. He's well liked. So let's just assume that sometimes when you don't have all the information, it actually is better to maybe not say so much. BT says, personally, something about Ivan rubs me the wrong way. When he tried to kiss Kendall and grabbed her chin, I was like, why? Well, gosh, it must be impossible. It must be impossible to be on that show. KLMK with a super chat. Thank you so much. The way you explained Dr. Joe, it seemed like that he may have been disappointed in Brendan. I'm sad for Natasha, but I hope Joe finds someone too. Oh yeah, I am not going to write off Dr. Joe over this interaction. There's too many variables, guys. There's too many variables. But by the way Natasha was crying during the rose ceremony was beautiful. Those were tears of happiness. She knew she was going home. She didn't have anyone giving her a rose. She had no prospects, as Brendan says. So what does the show do? The show makes an exception I don't think they've ever made before, where they said, due to Brendan and Pieper already dating and whatever, we're going to bring out another rose for Natasha and Natasha. I mean, she was bawling, crying. And that's, to me, that was a good move by production, but that's also saying, like, it's like production pushes your house down and then offers you a tent. It's like, thanks so much for the tent, but you destroyed my everything. All right, trying to catch up to the comments here. Super chats get first priority, as we all know. We're at 396 viewers here, so thank you so much. Let's get that above 400, maybe even 500. Veronica said, Joe brought up that he had his family in Chicago. She grew up in SoCal, so what about her? Joe acts like her feelings do not matter. I'm sorry, did I say Dr. Joe? Sorry, I got confused. This is Grocery Store Joe brought up that he had his family in Chicago. She grew up in SoCal, so what about her? Joe acts like her feelings do not matter. Well, I'm not an expert in this situation, but apparently he did try like 5 or 6 months in SoCal. So I guess that's pretty fair if you love each other. He's like, I tried 5 or 6. Why don't you try 5 or 6 over here? And she wouldn't do that. And that's like, look, you're not even going to meet me halfway. It's like, Bethany says, hit that bong on Lil Jon and let's watch this East Coast live grow and welcome all the new folks to the Dave Neal community. I like that. Thank you so much. Hit that bong on Lil Jon. Oh, boy. You created that one, not me. Get up. Sophie says, I feel like even Joe knows Kendall is just there for attention and to play the victim card. I feel like Kendall's feelings are probably valid, but they're probably heightened because she's on the beach. She's on the beach, she's sleep deprived, she's hanging out, she doesn't have somebody. Like, that can bring out the worst in everybody. Bethany says, what do you think of the Tammy situation after a lackluster date and connection with Thomas after a couple days? Well, it's hard to say. I mean, you can't blame someone for wanting to explore their options, By the way, has anyone left a voicemail? It's showing me that no one has, and I normally get a ton of voicemails. So I'm starting to be a little worried here. All right. Maybe we're just not getting any calls tonight. That's fine too. I guess we're all over Brendan. Let's do a live check on his following count here. He was at 250,000 earlier today, so 249,000. So kind of like I predicted, I don't think he's going to lose any more followers than he already had, whereas Natasha is at 438,000 followers, and if anyone cares, I'm at 5,000. I gained another 100. Thank you so much. I posted a new video today from my trip to New York City, heckled by a 30-year-old lady here. I just posted this right before we went live. It's already got 5,000 views, so thank you guys so much for that. But this was a rooftop show I did in New York City, so you can go check that out there. Just a quick video, and thank you guys for all the love. If anyone likes what I'm doing on Instagram, you can share it for free on your Instagram stories. I appreciate all the support possible. Thank you guys so much. All right, let's keep it going. Michael says, these producers enjoy stirring controversy. Bring in Dr. Joe for Natasha, knowing her hurts from Brendan and his ties to him was low class. I agree with you, Michael. They have some real intense knowledge of these people. And by the way, Natalie, breaking news, Natalie Hickman is hitting that bong for Lil Jon right now. So thank you so much for that. Rebecca said, I grew up in LA and love going home to visit, but there's no way I could live there again. Well, that's funny because Tasha and I were talking about, could we move to New York? Yeah, we're just talking about it. But we do love LA, but, it's a city. Sarah said he lived in LA during Dancing with the Stars and then for months. So yeah, she could have tried for him, but didn't. I mean, especially having visited Chicago, it is a beautiful city. It is a worldly city. And it's actually very convenient to literally traveling anywhere in the United States. It's a great city. Do I want to move there? No. But if my fiance was from Chicago and she's like, please, Dave, please, I'd go, hey, maybe we'd give Chicago a shot here, It's much closer to a lot of different things. Veronica says, my man is from Detroit and I have tried a few years. I need to go home. Well, Detroit's a tough city. I was just in Detroit. There's some beautiful parts, but there's also a lot to Detroit that is still needing some love. Joy says, I honestly believe what Brendan meant no prospects for Natasha only meant because others have been taken. Natasha, absolutely 100 content and super powerful and great person. Joy, I agree with you. It didn't come off well, but I agree with you that if we could look in a crystal ball at his intention, it was that, like, look, so-and-so's paired up with so-and-so, so-and-so. It's like, I mean, Aaron, I mean, there were some people like Aaron and a few others that were still out there. But I do believe that he wasn't trying to say she has no, like, you know. Smart Chick said, I wouldn't raise a dog in LA. Too many freaks and fake people. Well, I mean, you know, not to defend LA, but it's a city of millions of people across 40 square miles. So, you know, I could see you being like, I wouldn't raise a dog in downtown LA or in Hollywood, maybe, you know, certain areas. But someone said the number's not working. That could be the case. Why wouldn't the number be working? Yeah, the fact that I don't have any voicemails really makes me wonder if the number's not working. I wonder if there's a way I can sort of... Let me just see if I got an email or something real quick. Otherwise, we just might be not doing voicemails tonight. I mean, voicemails were working several hours ago. How about I do this? I'm going to start my phone and restart it. Sometimes that does it. I don't even know how to turn my phone off anymore. All right. Natalie says, I left voicemails before, but it won't let me now. All right, we'll figure it out. I'm going to restart my phone and see if that does anything. There could be an issue with Google. It's a Google voicemail number. Jen said, Natasha is definitely getting the Bachelorette edit, and that would be awesome. It sure would. It sure would be awesome for her. Kendall may have come thinking there is a chance with Joe, but knowing it's over, she should leave. It's not healthy to watch the budding relationships of your ex. I agree it's not healthy watching the budding relationships of your ex, but it's like, I feel like the emotional damage is already done. Maybe another guy shows up. Like, look at Tia, right? Blake showed up for Tia. Like, they look perfect for each other. Tanya says, why wasn't Joe asking where Brendan was before that conversation? Didn't he know Brendan was coming on the show? We don't know what he asked or didn't ask, you know, because it wasn't shown. So there, you know, who knows? But obviously he's really good friends with Joe, and Brendan are really good friends. So yeah, you would think that there would be something to it. Someone called me an hour ago on the voicemail number, so we're going to get that working. In the meantime, thank you so much to the 430 plus people that are in the chat. I appreciate you guys. Rena with a $2 super chat. Where's Brendan's second longer apology he promised? Well, Rena, I will tell you, I figured that Brendan wouldn't apologize again until his edit was done with the show for several reasons. But the main reason is just waiting to know what the heck they were going to show so that he could properly address it. And I believe that's the case. He said more to come. Like, he's going to get on the podcast. He's going to, you know, he's going to talk to... Oh, I lost the battery. Hold on, folks. I forgot to change the battery. I've ordered a new battery system today, but I used to have one that plugged directly into the outlet, and that broke. Very cheaply made. So I ordered a new one today, so I won't have to keep getting up to change the battery. Anyway, so yeah, I believe there'll be another apology coming our way from Brendan, and we will be the first to talk about it. Hunter said 440 in the chat. Hit that bong on Lil Jon and smash the like button, peeps. Spike your coconut. Slam your bump your Harrison. Slam your spike your coconut. Lance your bass. Caress your Burgess. And Lance and sling your spade. That's it, folks. Wow. Willie Billy with $5 sending support. Awesome vibe. Keep it going. Thank you so much. Yeah, let's see if we can get the system back up and running here on the Google voicemails. Who knows? Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I have one from 729. So it looks like it might be back. I got one from 3 minutes ago. If you want to leave a voicemail, it looks like the number is back up. But it is not connected. So hold on a second here. Looks like it is back up.
Hey, Dave. I really didn't have anything to say. I'm just checking your voicemail.
Oh, thank you.
To see if it's working. I guess if you hear me, it's working. If not, it's not working. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen of Dave Neal's Empire, the voicemail number 401-213-9828 is up and running. Leave your voicemails now or forever hold your peace. All right, folks, let's get into it. What are you looking at, Tasha? You want to wait? You say hi to everyone? Tasha's in the other room. Tasha's in the other room. The voicemail number was down, Tasha. I'll try to talk to her after the live stream, and I'll be like, we talked about it. And she goes, I know, I could hear you. And I'm like, I'm sorry, we don't live in a bigger place. I am trying my best. Send us a super chat. Buy us a barn. Should we do a GoFundMe for a barn? What, for our wedding registry, we want a home. Can somebody get us a barn, please? Let me tell you something. The second we get a property with a barn, our Basset Hound size will go up tenfold. Tasha, do you want to tell the Basset Hound story? Oh, come in here and tell the Basset Hound story. It's a hard no from her. It wasn't a playful no. Chicago was just named the second most beautiful city in the world. Yeah, Chicago. I'm sorry, I must be very behind on my comments. Chicago is like New York City, but better designed. It's just like the streets are a little wider. All right, Tiffany, you are up. Let's go to Tiffany. Oh, hold on. What is wrong with my, dock speaker not working? I thought we had this going on.
Tennessee. I was just calling. Hey, Dave. This is Tiffany Broles from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Love it.
I was just calling to see what you thought about Wells tonight when he gave that extra rose to Natasha. I just thought it was so beautifully done. I think he deserves the permanent position. Let me know what you think. Okay, bye.
Bye. So, thank you. Ben said LA is 500 square miles in area. That sounds very large. Do you mean LA County or LA the city? Either way, semantics, it's a big city. We got you. Thank you so much. And you probably called me before I discussed this, but I thought it was really great that they gave Natasha a rose. I mean, what are they going to do? They gave her a rose and they said, come on, let's get you somebody else. But then of course they bring Dr. Joe and, so are they really on her side? I don't think the producers are on anyone's side. Jen says, we'll get his second apology tomorrow, I think. Yeah, I would expect that. I don't see why it wouldn't come tomorrow. He's had time to think about it, craft everything. I don't think anything that happened in this episode, other than the the disgruntled, other than the disgruntled females right here, I don't think anything else that happened. If anyone wants to buy this, by all means. This is my merch site. This is a women's flowy tank top. $22.99 plus shipping. All right, I don't know. I don't set the prices. You can get it crew neck, whatever. I feel like a QVC or something. I like this one too. You want to go to a sporting game there? Just be a disgruntled female. I don't know. Looks fine to me. Point is, what the heck was I talking about? Yeah. Other than saying the disgruntled female line, which wasn't good, but we already knew that was coming, I think everything else that Brennan said wasn't as bad as 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago was like the big fall from grace. Now he fell, and now it's like, all right, well, no, we didn't expect something nice from him, so we weren't hoodwinked. Regine says the lingo is getting out of control, and I'm here for it. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you joining us in on the lingo. Yours truly says, it disgusts me that Pieper is even still talking about how she's not going to get as much followers anymore. Yeah, but you have to understand, like, these episodes were filmed, obviously, batched before they watched them. So if she came off in poor taste 3 weeks ago, we shouldn't be surprised that she still came off in poor taste this week. He didn't even show any remorse or regret on clickbait. He acted so cold. It sucks that this is what Joe is turning into. I wish him and Serena the best, but what's happening to him? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. But let's see. I think I had a super chat. I want to make sure I find it here. Where did it go? Silver Streak with a $10 super chat. Video game controller evolves into a muscled version of itself under the word. Wait, I don't even know what that means. Oh, that's because it's a super. When people send me a super sticker, it literally shows up as like text, and sometimes it doesn't make any sense. But thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. And we have a couple more. Let's go to Tracy in Washington State. You are up. And, of course, it's not syncing. What are we even doing here if it's not syncing? Hold on a second. Let me figure this out.
I haven't actually... Hey, Dave. Tracy from Washington State. I haven't actually watched, obviously, being in Washington State, I haven't watched the episode for tonight, but I love your channel, so I came on here basically to hear a little bit of feedback from the community, and everyone is very insightful on what they're basically thinking. But what I wanted to say is, based on the whole Dr. Joe situation, he seems like a nice person. I think how many of us don't have friends that we don't necessarily agree with everything they do, but at the end of the day, we can advise them. They're still going to do what they want to do. So who knows if the situation with Dr. Joe wasn't something similar where he maybe talked to Brendan, but Brendan still did whatever he wanted to do. I mean, the man can't control Brendan and what he does, so yeah. So that's what I think about that. I'm excited to see that episode. I'm sorry. My mind is in shambles right now since I'm driving and I'm tired to set off of work. But love your channel. Keep doing what you're doing. Bye.
Tracy, thank you so much for the phone call on your commute home from work. I hope you have a relaxing rest of your evening. Have a glass of wine. Maybe order a disgruntled female t-shirt, whatever you need to do. There should be no way whatsoever that we criticize Dr. Joe for how he handles his friend making a mess up. We'll have to see what he says now. We'll have to see how that all comes out. When Brendan and Pieper left, you could hear someone saying, bye guys. And was that Abigail? Do you guys remember? I think that was Abigail. Sarah's question, what do you think about how Tammy behaved when Thomas let her down easy and was honest with her about not thinking anything was there? I'll say this. We all want the truth, but
handle the truth.
We all can't handle the truth. So Thomas, put it this way. Chris Conran, he self-admitted people pleaser, right? He didn't tell Jasenia, hey, I'm going to go make it with Alana. He just did it, right? Thomas is giving them sort of grace and respect by saying, hey, it's not working. I'm going to let you know as soon as possible. You can go find someone else. These are the ropes. This is how the show goes. Maybe Thomas is just like the type of person who can't lie. And, some situations, a little white lies, not bad. Like, how does the dress make me look? Great, honey. You know what I mean? And, of course, it always looks great, but, you know what the point is. Sarah Wink says Thomas was honest and open. He was totally respectful. Yeah, and, of course, just because you're honest and open doesn't mean you're not going to offend the other person or piss them off. So, absolutely, we get it. But at the same time, Tammy, she wears her heart on her sleeve. She seems like a good person. Like I said before, beautiful dress that she's crying. I'm like, well, the dress looks great on you. She's gone, right? Who did we lose? We lost Demi, Tammy. I'm going to check my notes here. Demi, Tammy. Who else did we lose? I'm trying to see where my notes ended here. Demi, Tammy, Jasenia, and Deandra. Do I have that right? Jasenia, Demi, Deandra, Tammy. PAB Measley says, can I get a reaction to can I get a reaction to Riley and Marissa in the whipped cream? Hey, listen, Miley Cyrus and Riley and Marissa ate like pig's tongue willingly, and they said it was good. They ate it, and hey, power to them. They tried something new. So, did they clean off their toes a little bit before they, dipped some of the old devil's whipped cream on top? Who knows? Maybe not. But hey, what can you do? The whole licking the whipped cream off the chest and off the other body parts is good. Toes, no one in their right mind should ever lick anything off of my toes. Let me just leave it at that. But power to them. They have a good chemistry. It could just be that they're meant for each other and they get each other and they're trying new things and they're yes people. Who knows? Sophia says Thomas handled that really well, but Tammy was so hard to watch. Ladies, have some self-worth. If you have to beg a guy, he isn't worth it. Well said. But at the same time, they're going through a very unique situation in front of cameras and this and that. And,
I'm watcher, first time voicemailer.
Hey, thank you.
You could tell that he was about to back down once he said that he loved Brendan. Dr. Joe loved Brendan, and right then I knew he was going to disappear. But I think it's a good thing she said it soon, because it's like not hiding something and her not having to go further into the relationship, starting to feel any good feelings about him. It's better for her to have known in the beginning. That's I didn't want her to say. I'm like, no, don't say it. But I'm happy she did, so there we are. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for the first time voicemail. I appreciate you. Great point. Calls it out. Hey, Brendan's my guy. I talk to him, whatever. But yeah, I guess that's tough. Like, I mean, imagine Natasha falls in love with Dr. Joe. Dr. Joe's not gonna not be friends with Brendan anymore. Dr. Joe, if he's any decent guy, you never know what you would do in a situation. But if I had a buddy who really messed up in a situation where I knew about it. You have to understand, a lot of times friends don't know about things. When people mess up, they have a lot of shame. It's not always done in a public way. They bury it. You don't even know what your friends have done. But if you know your friend really messed up, you call them. You talk to them. You try to give them guidance. That's what friends do. Friends aren't all about just like the good times. Like there's a lot there. Like I got friends like that I don't see eye to eye to on lots of different things. But I know deep down they're a good person. I'll answer the phone when I call them. And again, that's not me saying Brendan's a good guy. But, would you, if you were Dr. Joe, would you give up your friendship with Brendan over what went down? I mean, maybe after you watch the episodes back, you can be like, bro, you need, like, any friend of mine would be man enough to apologize when they're wrong and really try to make it right. And you would hope that that's what Dr. Joe asked Brendan to do. Alrighty then. Let's see what else we got going on here. I think that's all caught up on the voicemail. So if there's anyone with a voicemail, now is your shot to give us that voicemail and lick the whipped cream off that like button an odd number of times. Paula says Dr. Joe should not dump his friend. People on the internet have hot takes. People on the internet were mad I was still following Brendan. Like we're going out to the, Fenway Park to watch a Sox game together. I'm curious if Brendan is the type of person that puts on a facade to his friends. Maybe they don't know the real him. Well, I'll say this. We're all multifaceted, right? So take Greg Grippo. Greg Grippo, like we've talked about, has a lot of these close guy friends. They're out hanging out together, they're hugging, they're dancing, they're like the Wizard of Oz. They're skipping down the thing. We're off to see the wonderful Wizard of Oz. And then Greg Grippo also really ran away from conversation, quit on the show, and wasn't able to kind of hear anything because he had like this cutoff thing happened. He mentioned he needs therapy. He's seeking therapy, issues with his dad dying. The laundry list. Does that mean Greg Grippo is not a good guy friend to one of these guys? No, it means the part of his heart that deals with the personal connections and relationships is flawed and needs to grow and all that. So could Brendan very well be a good guy friend, but caught himself up in a real bad scenario here? And he thought he could talk his way out of it? Maybe. It'd be like going into a prison system and being like, everyone who's in jail is a horrible human. Oh, really? You think so? They just get caught. They just get put in a bad place. And again, I'm not making excuses for Brendan. I'll say that till I'm blue in the face. But I am saying, it was like who was it? When Brendan, people were saying, he had a photo with his like niece or whatever. Same thing happened with Greg Grippo, and people were leaving comments like, "You're a horrible person, and we're gonna call Child Protective Services on you." Types of wild things, and it's like, I think we can do a better job than resorting to, absolute evil, absolute good. Derek, how you doing, Derek? Good to see you. Joe did the right thing and needs to talk to his friend first before he takes things any further. Travis said Bachelor producers be like, let's get Brendan to be the next Bachelor after the next. Hey, who knows? Who knows what'll happen? This is the problem, though, is we build these people up to be like mortal gods, and then we realize they're flawed. They've all got their thing going on. Sophia says Dr. Joe could be friends with whoever he wants. He shouldn't be held accountable for his stupid friend who he will probably have a talk with. He didn't even know what happened. Cut the guy some slack. Oh, plenty of slack has been cut on my end. Anyone else notice Pieper posted her story, deleted it, and uploaded it again? I caught it through SS. What does SS mean? I didn't know that, but let's go over to it. Give me a second here. Let's do Pieper. Where's the Pieper? All right, let's see what's going on in Pieper's world here. 77,000 followers. So yeah, she's really. Oh, here we go. Let's do this breaking news story. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news update by one Pieper James. Put on your PJs because it's a chat with PJ. All right. As my time in paradise concludes, I would like to clear up one final point of contention. Amidst everything that's been happening on and off screen, Brendan and I were not in an exclusive relationship in any capacity before filming. There you have it, folks. This has been a breaking news update. Well, look, I mean, it's good that she's saying that because that's kind of what Brendan was saying before, but she was kind of making it seem like they were, yours truly, SS equals screenshot. Well, how am I supposed to know what that means? Where I come from, that's a, isn't that the army of a bad dictatorship? I'm careful what words I say. I don't get demonetized over here. Christina Slack said, did y'all already talk about Pieper's unauthentic followers? No, please state your case. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what that means. I know she was accused of buying followers. I asked Bachelor Data, and Bachelor Data said there was no spike in follower bumps. Someone else also mentioned that Brendan gained 30,000 followers today, so he probably bought followers, and I also did not see that happen today, so I don't believe that to be true. Dina said she called him her boyfriend. But that happens. You ever seeing someone? Yeah, I'm not making excuses, folks. We're just covering the angles. You guys got me bent out of shape here. But you ever like bumping Harrisons with someone, and your buddy's like, you want to hang out with us? And you're like, no, I gotta hang out with my girlfriend. I mean, would people say that if they're not like official? I don't know. Veronica says, why is Pieper lying? I mean, maybe I'm giving Pieper too much credit. Who knows? Samantha Renee says, I'm going on the record saying justice for Dr. Joe. Producers did him dirty, making him come after his best friend left and pairing him with the girl he screwed over. Very solid points. Let's make that as a Dr. Joe stiffed by producers. That's a good topic for tomorrow. Thank you so much for that. And we're at 424 people watching, so thank you so much, everyone who's watching. Derek says Secret Service. I thought it was something like that. Theodora, beautiful name, by the way, says, yeah, but Pieper said she only came on Bachelor in Paradise for Brendan. So how is that not exclusive at least a little? I do, listen, okay, so hearing Brendan explain what their plan was, it doesn't make it right because it still doesn't factor in that he hurt Natasha. But I will say this. Their rationale that they came to together, and, that bias or confirmation that happens in your brain when you, come up with an idea and you go, yeah, that's it. So it seems like, if we can put together some sort of theory, that Brendan and Pieper were like, you know what? We don't get to hang out. She lives in New York. He lives in Boston. We don't get to hang out in the way couples should because we've been having a relationship in secret and we, randomly see each other. So let's take our relationship to the next level on the beach. Now, of course, as Wells says, look, the only rule is don't be in a relationship. So Pieper's really leveling with the semantics. Brendan and I were not in an exclusive relationship in any capacity before filming. Okay. They weren't exclusive. Now we're getting into some we were on a break, pivot, So when you're arguing with people and you're not arguing the same things, it's futile. It's futile. Because Pieper's saying, look, we weren't in an exclusive relationship. And everyone's saying, dummy, no one cares if you signed a contract or not. The fact is, you said you went there for him. So what are people supposed to believe? Jess said too much credit for sure. Disgruntled females. Pieper lies. She called him her boyfriend in the document. We got receipts. Justice for Dr. Joe. I do not trust Pieper or Brendan whatsoever, and I'm just happy they are gone. It'll be interesting to see what they do now, Pieper and Dr. Joe. All right. Whenever we have questions, we go to Florida for answers. So let's do that.
Sandy from Florida. I just wanted to say, just to leave a few thoughts. So with Brendan and Pieper, the way I feel is that they were still talking about followers, before they left. And their little conversations, she said that she could have found followers by herself, and she hit him in the chest and said, hey, I told you I didn't want to come here. So she definitely knew what was going on. And then when he was leaving, Brandon's comment saying that I didn't mean to intentionally mislead anyone or hurt anyone, I just left some information out. That is the very definition of misleading someone when you omit information. That's a lie. And then as far as Tammy's concerned, I think she gets what she deserves. I feel bad for her because it was her birthday, but she stated before, I like when I see guys cry, but now when she cries, then she wants everybody to pity her. I'm sorry, but it doesn't work that way. The other thing is she disrespected Aaron with Thomas by straddling him and kissing on him, knowing that Aaron had feelings for her. And then when Becca went and said to her, I want to go out with him, she encouraged it. She said, go for it. Don't hold back. If you want to kiss him, go ahead and kiss him. And she even told Thomas, if you want to go out, I don't want to hold you back. So they go and do what she told them to do. And then she turns around and says, it's not fair. That's the whole point of dating. There were no commitments. They were just getting to know each other. And that's the whole point of Bachelor, so you can explore those connections. So I don't feel bad for her at all. So that's my 2 cents. Thanks. Love your podcast. Keep it up. Bye.
Thank you so much. Sandy from Florida, but me thinks you're from England. Is that a British accent I hear there, Sandy? Thank you so much for calling in. Got a nice little message here. Let's see if we can see this here. So that Batch Lex on Instagram said, friend just sent me this video of D. Neal's talking about the episode referencing my story. I feel so honored. I watch majority of his videos, but missed this one. He also is fun to watch before the show starts. Please go check him out. He has amazing content. Well, now I'm reading her, reading me, discussing her thing. So we made it full circle there. That Batch Lex. Thank you so much for the nice shout out. I appreciate it. And as always, whenever I come across good content on Instagram, I'm just trying to share it and pass it along. Aisha says, check out Deandra's tweet about how Brendan spoke to all of the women. It is how I felt watching. No respect left. Great. Let's see if I can find that. Great point. We didn't get into that. I have that for my recap. Brendan, listen. Yeah, that's where you get your guy out of there, because Brendan was starting to make it way worse. So let's see what we've got going on here. I'm looking for Deandra's. Do you know what her Twitter is? Let me see if I can find it. I got it. All right, here we go. Let's go to Deandra's Twitter here. Okay, let's see if we can find it. Biggest sleeper of Bachelor in Paradise. You deserve the world, Deandra. Where's her latest tweet here? Need an assistant bartender. 1 hour ago. Look at all these ads. So many ads. Deandra said, liking someone is a two-way street. Why is it always about a man choosing a woman? Please. Look at all the ads that are on Twitter. This is one thing about me. I'm a stare. Okay. All right, here we go. We found it. The way Brendan is continuously shaming black women on this beach by insinuating they're undesirable makes me uncomfy. Demi said, you are beautiful inside and out, and every human who meets you is lucky to be in your presence. But that says something about the black women he is dating too. She is, because I want to be, make sure I'm reading supportive comments before I read them. Yup, and Pieper standing beside him and not checking him tells me everything I need to know about her. Speak it, sis, and then has the audacity to date a black woman. Lord, free Pieper. The real tea is, does this girl even understand her own blackness? Because I feel like she doesn't. I don't see how she could be pro-black and have done what she did the way she did to Natasha. Well, we don't know if Pieper was in on the taking advantage of Natasha part, right? We don't know if if she was like, all right, you're going to go on the beach and you're going to date Natasha. That just might have been what happened. Hey, do what you got to do to stay on the beach. So when I make it, whatever the case may be. Kim says, Dave, you're doing amazing. Keep it up. Was watching when you had under 20,000 followers. You have exploded, sir. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's so funny when a lot of people say, because 20,000 subscribers was like February, but like if you really want to get to the original folks at 1,000 subscribers, then we can talk. All right. Derek said, my wife left you a very unpopular opinion voicemail. I'm a little nervous to hear it. Okay, great. We love that. Oh, I got a lot of voicemails coming in. So let's see. Here's the unpopular voicemail.
It's Natalie and Derek calling from Alberta, Canada. I'm calling with my very unpopular opinion on this, as always.
I don't know if you should say this, as this is a group of disgruntled females.
Oh my God. Anyways, so I'll keep it as short as possible, but I have respect for Brendan, and I'll tell you why. Because he could have fallen for somebody else when he arrived at Paradise, and then Pieper would have arrived and been heartbroken. But in a way, and he didn't, so that was good for Pieper. But he kept his promise to her, so there's something to be said about that. So he was tempted, kind of like Temptation Island, and he didn't. So anyways, bye.
Wow. All right, let's, first of all, we love Natalie here. And by the way, Natalie bought her way to my heart there with a $10 super chat. Since we don't have Venmo, here's a couple coffees for you and Tasha. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We will take advantage of those coffees. So you've got this whole like Nicholas Sparks idea going on where you say, listen, Brendan's a hero. He kept his word with Pieper and he did what he had to do. Well, that would all be good if Natasha was like, if she wasn't a human, but he used another human as a wrecking ball. And I guess that the idea being is that, what does that say to Pieper? Like, would Pieper be next if Pieper gets in the way of his commitment to something else? I don't know. Either way, love you. Your opinion probably isn't going to sit well with the audience, and that's okay. Throw out some bad opinions. If anyone has a differencing of opinion, please give it a call. We've got a good one here. It's not every day that we get a phone call from this next caller, but I have to say we always appreciate it. So let's go to Josh in Boston. Hold on. Make sure we get this here.
Dave, what's good? It's your boy Josh from Boston.
My guy.
Haven't called in a minute. Wanted to check in on the situation. As you know, I have rules, Dave. I'm not going to come on here and publicly shame or negatively discuss another black individual.
Okay.
But what I will say is both Brendan and Pieper look rather dusty tonight, and it wasn't a good look. Such a bad look. Makes you think about, man, Pieper, we could have been on our own beach, girl, playing the whipped cream game, having a good time, doing whatever we want to do. But, some people just make their choices. It's all good. That's not a diss to Pieper or nothing at all. I'm just saying she missed out on a good thing. But anyways, interesting episode, a lot of drama. I am very engaged and very much interested in seeing what happens. Shout out to Natasha for enduring, and I hope that things work out for her on the other end. All right, Dave. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Josh from Boston. Thank you so much. Yeah, she could have had you. Josh. Maybe she doesn't listen to the live streams, but she missed out on an opportunity. Hey, Pieper, just saying, if you catch this episode at a later date and time, we got your boy Josh over here. I'll set you up. We have numbers. All righty then. Sarah said, Josh from Boston with the dusty word tonight. I agree. And Josh, I love your rule of not trying to tear down other people here. But you've been a Pieper fan for a very long time. It's hard. We see snippets of who people are, but sometimes people just aren't confrontational. Maybe Pieper just doesn't want any negative bone in her. Who knows what the case may be, why she didn't want to come to her guy's defense or talk, or come to Natasha's defense. Who knows? I certainly don't. Let's go back to Florida as we take.
Hey Dave, it's me again, Sandy from Florida. Just wanted to add one more thing to my message. I'm thinking that when they brought in Dr. Joe and he made a beeline straight for Natasha, I think that was another setup for her. I think it was just bad taste. Basically, it's like rubbing salt into the wound. She's already hurt. She's trying to recover. And then they bring in his best friend or his really good buddy to date her, knowing that once the truth comes out, because Natasha's been very open, that this was not going to go well. So I think the producers are just once again manipulating the situation. They knew about Brandon and Pieper before they got to the show, and they let it happen. And now they bring in Joe, and I know it's just for clicks. I know it's just for drama, but at the end of the day, this is real people's feelings. So I don't appreciate what they're doing. So that's it. Thanks.
Thank you so much for the call. Again, our friend Sandy in Florida, yeah, they're real people. Paula says, what did Pieper do? She came for Brendan. She couldn't even play the lie as researched. Well, we don't know. We don't know what she did or didn't do, but clearly she's not innocent in this situation. Clearly, you know, she had the conversation about on the bed, about gaining followers and getting exposure and how she was trending before she even got there. Michael says, babe, I'm going to feed Olive now. That's great. I don't know what that means, but thank you so much. Maybe he meant to text that to his wife. Either way, I hope Olive is fed. I don't know if that's a baby or a dog. Bill said I just ordered Indian food. I'm starting to wonder if people are we're stuck in the wrong chat. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Let's go to Ebony in Baltimore. Always love to hear from you.
Hello, this is Ebony from Baltimore.
Hey.
I just have to say that the contradictions this episode there were a lot of them. I've known this guy, Tammy, I've known this guy for 2 days, and you're my best friend. What are you talking about? Go on this date with this girl and see where it goes, but then I ask you about it and I'm flipping out because you like someone else more than me. What? Also, I think it's interesting because Thomas actually told her straight up what was going on. Here's how I feel. I honestly think it's interesting as well because I think he had the conversation with Tammy that Brendan thought he had with Natasha, something that's straightforward and honest. It sucks that it happened on a birthday, but I'm not mad at Thomas for telling the truth. Another thing, Brendan, I didn't lie. I just withheld some information. That's lying. When someone specifically asks you questions and you withhold all the information, that's lying. Especially when you know all that information is going to affect how they see your answer. Come on now.
Wow.
Pieper.
Oh, she's not done.
I have a marketing degree. I have a marketing degree. If I needed followers, I can figure that out. No. Your marketing degree actually told you that going on the Bachelor will get you more followers. The marketing degree is basically promoting products, services, and marketing 101. The first product you're marketing is yourself. Okay? So you're not fooling anyone. Your marketing degree told you that going on the Bachelor would get you more followers.
What a great Ebony in Baltimore, everyone. She just hits the nail on the head. Everyone, look at the comment section lighting up. I love this woman, love this caller, be my best friend, Ebony. I mean, really, yes. I could play that call over and over there. You nailed it. I thought you were done, and then you're like, and another thing. So obviously, Pieper is going to be, I don't know if it's just that her character comes into judgment here, or the fact that she was just so naive to what was actually going down. I mean, it's hard to say. But obviously, if we go back to her story that we just showed here, we've got, as my time in paradise concludes, I would like to clear up one final point of contention. It's not like she's clearing up a bunch of other things, right? She's posted a few times. She goes, I missed everything that's been happening on and off screen. Brendan and I were not in an exclusive relationship in any capacity before filming. But they were together the day before they left. So it's like literally being like, we're not dating, are we? It's like, what are you doing? Come on, of course, you were together, We don't need you don't need to get a notarization that it's not some legal thing like, well, technically we didn't file taxes together. Pieper, you were together, okay? That's not even the argument. It's so exhausting when people are trying to call other people out and then the thing that they argue back is not the thing. It's like, that's not what matters. It's the fact that you were, maybe not together, but more. Put it this way: they were more together than a lot of other people that have gone on the show. Now, some people say Demi was with her girlfriend at the time, and this and that. I don't know that scenario. I didn't watch it. Took that season off. Couldn't tell you. Melissa said Pieper really thought she made some great points with that story. Travis said, talk about a degree in Taco Bell. I'm a doctor, an anesthesiologist of the Bell because it puts you to sleep, food coma. Well, I mean, I don't even know what that means, but it sounds like it makes sense. Faith said they are both drowning and no amount of PR is going to fix it. She literally called Brendan her boyfriend on their date. And I also said, that doesn't mean, I don't know if that's like a be all end all, but of course, many people are commenting about that. Paula goes, Pieper, you were together. Well, I mean, there you have it. All right. Well, looks like we're mostly on the same page here. Kim says, I literally want Brendan to go below 200,000 followers. Let's do a live checkup on Brendan. He's still at 249,000. Definitely not losing followers at the speed of which he did 2 weeks ago. I think, 248,000. All right, so he's still losing followers. I mean, will he get down to under 200,000? That's a long way to go. Whereas Natasha, let's see what she's up to here. Natasha was in the 430s. So let's see what she's up to. And again, this is changing rapidly, so it very well could be that. All right, so she's at 439,000. I think Natasha gets to 500,000 followers before he gets to under 200,000. Danielle said, I hate how Pieper is barely losing followers. If we go to Pieper's page, I mean, Pieper started in the 80s somewhere. She's at 77,000. So hasn't lost much. And let's see, I don't think she's got any other posts up. No, that's still the only post there. And then let's see, I don't believe there is a post from Brendan, but we'll check out right now. This is a live update here on the Tuesday night live stream after the episode. I'm imagining Brendan will have a far more detailed apology. Nothing from Brendan right now. Of course, if you go to the comment section of his latest photo, that's where you can really see what people feel. L-Dog, graphic designer, with a lot of poo emojis there. All right. Okay. All right. So we've seen enough there. So PP says, I think she was at 87,000. Now she's at 77,000. So yeah, not too many, but of course she's lost a little bit. He's lost a greater proportion. What has he lost? Something like 30 to 40% of his. He went from 348 to close to 50% of his followers. Alrighty, and I think we had a super chat, so thank you so much. Let's go back and see if I can find it. There it is. Aisha says, sends a $10 super chat sticker. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. So, not looking too good for them right now, but we will wait and expect an apology statement or podcast episode. I don't know, maybe tomorrow, maybe he'll go on Nick Vial's podcast. Who really knows at this point, but I'm assuming there'll be some more in-depth conversation happening. Of course, we will cover it, so stick around for that. Let's see, there that goes. Don't mind me, guys, to the 113. All right. Abby says, I'm not a Brendan fan, but Pieper is just as much at fault in this situation. She was complicit in the whole thing, and unfortunately, Natasha unknowingly got caught in the middle of their shady mess. And then Pieper's sort of response to that is saying, hey, I never lied to anybody. I came on here and said I was, I was coming here for this person, X, Y, and Z. And you know what? Maybe Brendan just wanted to shield her. If Brendan really likes Pieper and we don't really know what's going on, if they're still together, they haven't said if they're still together. We don't know. I mean, my thoughts are after the last few weeks, it would be tough for them to still be together. Like if they're still together, then they really got something going on because I could see, her ditching him in a second. But with that said, if he does really like her, he might say, hey, let me just take the bullet on this. You just say you went in there with, whatever, and, this and that. I don't really know. I don't know what the case may be. All right, we're going to get out of here in a few minutes. I know we have a good following happening, 468, so thank you guys all so much for following. Oh, looks like we got some more voicemails. All right, I'll play a couple more voicemails, then I got to get out of here.
Paula calling from Toronto, Canada. Can we stop talking about Brendan? I don't really know if he actually did anything that was really so awful. Him and his girlfriend, they made a little plan to hang out on the beach. They got found out. They lost all their followers. But can we talk about other people? Yeah, we should all be over it by now. I mean, yeah, he made a mistake. Move on.
Thank you so much for the phone call. Appreciate it. Paula from Toronto says, move on. All right, let's go to Kim in Dallas and see what she has to say.
This is Kim from Dallas, Texas. And listen, Pieper and Brendan had a plan. Come on the show and spend time together on the beach, having a good time, enjoying each other in that great environment, and of course, gain more followers. Everybody wants more followers because they want more income. That's just the way it is. I don't have a problem with that part. And so Pieper is not like, how can I say, Brendan is not the only person at fault here. That was their plan, and they're upset because people are not allowing that plan to take place. I don't think this, as far as Pieper and people saying things about, black this and black that, I'm black, but that's not an issue to me. These are just people who are dating, who made a stupid decision. My main issue has to do with Brendan's attitude and the things that he says and the tone that he uses and how different it is from the persona that he had put forth for the world or Bachelor Nation to think how he was, when in reality, part of that is probably true, but this is also true. Not about the edit. These are things he said. So, bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kim in Dallas. You guys always give such good, thought-out voicemails. I do really appreciate it. As an addendum to this comment section drama here, let's not, if someone disagrees with someone else's voicemail, even if it's like wildly out of left field, I don't know, don't call it trash. Just say you disagree with it and explain why, okay? These are people, they're good people, they donate, they have different opinions. So that's just my own it's almost like every live stream ends with me just being like, come on, guys. You know what I mean?
New York.
Here we go.
Hey, Dave. This is Sylvia from Queens, New York. I just wanted to say I watched the episode tonight, and before this all aired, I was a huge fan of Brendan, and he's just a huge disappointment now. And it's not even just because of like the whole, meeting Pieper and everything. The fact that he hasn't come forward with apologizing even after this has all come out, it's almost like he's just waiting to be called out. His initial reaction was, disgusting when he was like, here for the wrong reasons, and Pieper, all's fair in love and war, and she did that TikTok story where she's really disregarding Natasha's feelings. But anyway, thanks for a great show. I think you're awesome. I love watching your podcast on YouTube and look forward to everything you have to offer. Say hi to Tasha. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. Brendan did apologize on an Instagram story. There are articles at it, but yeah, obviously it wasn't in the feed, and he said more to come. So we're going to wait and see what that more to come is. Sophia says, comment drama again. Well, it's just like, come on, folks, Let me hold a moment of silence here to pause for effect. You chirp to each other in the comments section. It's going to make the live stream end faster. Okay? What happens next says, Dave, you'll make a great dad. I'm pulling the car around. We're not going camping. Okay? No more camping, folks. All right? All right. Two more. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I don't know why the dock's not working.
Pieper and Brendan.
Hold on. There we go.
This came from Dallas. I had to call right back because Pieper and Brendan. Oh, Brendan should go ahead and make his apology so they can go ahead and get that out of the way, and he can start. People can start getting past this because it doesn't matter what they say. No one's going to believe that he's truly sorry for what he did because he didn't act as if he was sorry. He feel like he was justified in what he did because they wanted to be together. Piper's this second, I don't know if this is her second apology or whatever it is, when she said, regardless of what it appears like they were not in a relationship. Man, I hate judging people, but that's not true because are they not watching the show? But the things that she said and the things that he said, he or she, I can't remember, said, you can't just say, come on here and say you have a whole boyfriend or girlfriend, so we couldn't say we were in a relationship. They intentionally didn't say that they were in a relationship so that they would not be wrong. It's like semantics. But they were in a relationship. They came on the show for themselves, so that they could improve whatever it is they want to improve as far as themselves. So no matter what they say, they have already said that remove the word relationship. But he was her man, she was his woman, and they were sticking together, and they were going to do this thing together. That's just what that was. Tammy and Thomas, Thomas has been honest. I like Thomas. I've never disliked Thomas, even though they tried to make him like a villain. I think he's like an amazing individual. I've seen him do different interviews, and he's doing a lot of great things with his life. And and I don't think Tammy would have been able to, I don't think they would have been a good fit outside of the situation. And he has just been straight up and honest. So I like him. I like Tammy too. I think she's great. I think she's, this show, man, it's like such a bubble. And I feel bad because she's crying and everything. And she may not have even reacted and said the things that she said had she not been on the show. Bye.
What a great voicemail. I love so many things that you were saying there. And yeah, you calling Pieper out. Yeah, of course. It's almost like, no one uses gaslighting when it comes to, everyone's been using it in one direction with Brendan here, but is Pieper gaslighting people? I don't know. We don't know what their intentions were coming in. You guys are so funny though. Nora says, don't turn the car around. Thank you for the $5 super chat. And Sophia said, Jamie said, when Dave's annoyed, he's like a disappointed dad. Love you, Dave. Yeah, it's just like, come on. I'm mad because I want to end the live stream so I can text my friends that said that stormed off because they're good people and all that. And that's the type of stuff that pisses me off. All right, Joe from Florida, you're up.
This is Joe from Florida. I know I have an unpopular opinion, but I actually did feel bad for Tammy. I know it seems like it's really hard for her to be vulnerable. And she tries to put up, a front that she's not affected by things. But when she is vulnerable, she kind of breaks my heart. And I know that people are like, oh, she did the same thing to Aaron. Okay, she went to the beach, and she did exactly what everyone else was doing, which was dating multiple people. She left Aaron when somebody else came that was more appealing to her, which was Thomas. And yes, people are like, oh, that's karma. Okay, she still got hurt. And people say it's karma all they want, but she still got hurt. She was still vulnerable in that moment, and she was still upset. And it's hard to see people who aren't used to being that vulnerable, being that upset on their birthday and showing emotion when you're not used to seeing it from them. So it did break my heart. When she said, I had COVID last year on my birthday, and this is 10 times worse. That kind of got me. I don't know. She's just I think on her season, or not on her season, but the season she was on, she was trying to explain that she just doesn't try to show any weakness or anything. So when she does, it's just kind of heartbreaking for me. And I could I don't know. I just feel for her. And I don't think it was her her any type of karma situation because she went on a date with Aaron and then liked Thomas afterwards. It's just sad. All right. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. Yeah, talking about sad. Yeah, there's people like show their expressions in different ways. I'm trying to click on this one comment here that said how they felt. I think Grocery Store Joe hit the nail on the head when he said, Demi, when you peel back the layers, is sad. Of course. She hides behind humor and she hides behind maybe even anger sometimes. You know, some people resort to anger versus sadness, so she's more mad. But yeah, I mean, she wants the right things. I think it's hard. It's hard though because she's clearly stirring the pot for Bachelor producers. They know what she's come there to do. And yet at the same time, how do you stir the pot and also have enough bandwidth to try to pursue love? Did she really try to pursue love with Kenny? I mean, she didn't go into it in the best of ways. She went like straight to like, I want to bang you kind of mode. I don't know. Y'all are great. I'm gonna get out of here in a second. Spend some time with my lady before we got to do late night live stream. Maybe even take a shower. Who knows what we'll do? But I appreciate all of you guys so much. I know we've had a good chat going. Jody with the $5. Thank you so much. Don't be mad. We're sorry. No, don't be. No, this isn't a blanket statement for everyone. It's just if we just 99% of the time people are very kind to each other. But like let's just not criticize people we disagree with and either call back or state your case in a way that would be very polite. Okay, I don't care what you do on a Reddit stream or an Instagram chat, but this is my dining room table, okay? So if we can't politely pass the butter and politely have a conversation, then what are we doing here, guys, right? I have to maintain that. I'm not gonna lose my sleep over it, but I just have to maintain that we come over here and we just try our best to, and if you think you're being kind, be kinder. Nicole says, tell Tasha we love her and her Belize video was amazing. I will do that. I will promote it right now. If anyone does want to spend a few extra moments on YouTube, you're gonna need to check out our Belize video. I thought it was the best vlog we've ever made. It's on Tasha's channel. I'm gonna go to it right now so you guys can see it. It's Tasha Courtney on Instagram. Either tomorrow or very soon, we're gonna have another video up on her channel. So make sure you're subscribed over there. But I will show you this. Go over there and cue this up next. It is called Belize Travel Vlog from the Jungle to the Beach. My favorite Belize resorts. We took this shot here at one of the first resorts. Underwater shots. You know, we had the GoPros. We had the whole thing going on. Tons of fun. It was an amazing trip. Of course, you guys were there with us for it. And we've got, yeah, you know what? Maybe, do you guys want, I'll play you like the first... I'll play you like the first 10 seconds of it. Sometimes though I can't play it. You know what? Yeah, this is gonna be a problem. Sorry, it's gonna have a hard time loading just because I'm doing this right now. But do me a favor and look at that. It doesn't even have 1,000 views. It deserves about 1 million views, guys. It's got 187 up votes and 2 down votes. My guess being that the 2 down votes are just people that are jealous of how amazing Belize was. Yes, someone in the comments section said we had great drone shots. That looked like a cool video. I love travel vlogs. It is a cool video. We got great drone shot. We had the 4K. We have the 2.7K drone, a 4K GoPro, and then the 4K Sony. And I got drone shots. I woke up at sunrise at like 5 in the morning to get drone shots. It was a ton of fun. This is only the first of 2 Belize videos. But yeah, the whole thing's going to be going on over here. Yeah, let's see if I can just play for you guys. Give me a second here, and I'm going to play for you guys there. I'm going to turn the audio off that so I can get in full mode here. But yeah, you guys are going to have to watch the full thing. It really tells a fun story about our trip here. But we included, Tasha's got on her Instagram some of the professional photography that we did for the trip. Took some shots, like, look at that, set the GoPro up like in a weird spot. This is the 4K version, so obviously I can't stream the 4K version to you guys, but you just have to trust that it came out really nice. Let's see if we can find that here. Nelly says, I just got... I see it's buffering. Gosh, oh my gosh, I'm so mad. I want to show this to you guys. Do me a solid. I just want to show it to you it's buffering because it's 4K and I'm trying to upload a live stream as it downloads and all this. So just trust me on this one. Go give this a watch. Look at that. Oh, and it's showing it in the worst of quality right now just because my system's fried. There's a nice photo of us. There she is. Slow motion shots. Oh, yeah. Look at that. 4K, 120 frames per second. We visited a Mayan ruin. This is one of the tallest Mayan ruins in Belize. The second tallest. You had to take a hand-cranked ferry to get across. Here we are. It's an Antonich. Good music, right?
This is so cool. Look, holy smokes.
And then there's an ad. All right, that's how you get. Yeah, it's good. It's, you spend so much time making vlogs that you hate the vlog by the time it's over because you're so sick of it. But I have to tell you, after rewatching some of my Vlogmas vlogs, I am so glad we're taking the time to do this. Our grandkids, first of all, my mom doesn't watch these. She doesn't know how to support me. She calls me up, but she doesn't know how to do YouTube, none of this stuff. So my own family hasn't seen this vlog, but it means so much to me. We had so much fun. So definitely, please give that a chance right now. I'm going to let you guys go, and I will be back for the 10 p.m. West Coast live stream. So, Tina and Fam said, please recap Bachelor in Paradise, not her channel. Tina and Fam, we do what we want here, okay? So, Tina and Fam, if you want to come back at 10 p.m. Pacific time, you might get some more of that content. But in the meantime, you must be new to the channel because we do what we want here. So yes, Stir Crazy says, please be nice. Nelly says, Tasha is a Belizean bombshell. The Belizean bombshell. There it is, folks. Jamie says, there is action, a sprained ankle. Yeah, spoiler alert. The sprained ankle doesn't come, oh, I guess it does come in this video, yeah. You'll have to go check that out. The steps they look so crazy on video, but one at a time, it's not too bad. Anyway, just looking at your nice comments. I felt so bad when Tasha hurt her ankle. Did she sprain it? Yeah, but I think she's actually done a really, actually when we were in New York City this past weekend for New York Fashion Week, she had a hard time on the ankle with nice dress shoes and all that, or heels or whatever. But anyway. Oh, Nicole, you're so nice. I've been a fan since 2017. They're actually incredible, funny, kind, lovable, talented humans. I don't know if you're talking about me there or did I miss something, but thank you so much. Jamie said, how much did I spend on my drone? It's not that expensive. I have other videos that break it down. It might have been like 400. There's actually higher quality drones now for that price point, but it's very small, versatile, and all that stuff. Anyway, folks, let me know what you guys think. We'll respond to your comments on that video. So leave a comment on that video. It really will help Tasha's algorithm out because YouTube doesn't necessarily know what to do with people's channels. So you guys will show YouTube that it is worth promoting and all that. And of course, someone had asked about the t-shirts. So the last thing here is if you want to get a t-shirt, DaveNeal.myspreadshop.com. And it's also linked into my channel. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll be able to go to check these out. And of course, it's got, you can customize it and all, but Disgruntled Female. So there it is, folks. And anyway, thank you guys so much. Oh, someone said you want a We Do What We Want t-shirt. All right, well, send me a message on Instagram or else I'm not going to remember that. Anyway, folks. Oh, Nicole says, you and Tasha are all of those things, but I was talking about the band BTS. I do love you and Tasha, though. Oh, no, now it doesn't feel as good. I thought you were talking about me and you were talking about a multi, mega famous band. Okay. Tina and Fam, OMG, I cannot believe you think I'm new when I've been here for over a year. Tina, if you could just see the amount of comments that are going up and down, everyone's photo is that big, Tina. Remember one of the 4 agreements is choose not to be offended, okay? I was sharing a nice video that I spent a lot of time making, and then you said, show us this, boy. You know what I mean? That's how I took it, okay? So you can understand my annoyance to that request when I'm 90 minutes into a free video for you here. All right there. I appreciate you. Tina and Fam says, I just came over after Bachelor fan take. Wasn't expecting a bunch of crap. Well, Tina and Fam, go find someone else to watch then, because we do crap here and we enjoy our crap. It sounds like Tina might be a disgruntled female. Tina, don't take this personally, okay? I'm talking shit, okay? We talk shit once in a while. All right. Now I feel like not leaving because I want to see if there's any more nonsense you want to sling my way. It's a Tuesday night, Tina. Okay? Come on now. Last call, Tina. What else you got? You gotta crack an egg to make an omelet sometimes, Tina. You know what I mean? So, a new t-shirt. We enjoy our crap. Melissa says, I love you so much. Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate it. Well, some of you guys said you liked Angry Dave. Crafty Beach, more crap, please. Sophia says, talk about tough love. We enjoy our crap here. All right. All good, folks. Enjoy our crap. Tina, don't be a Karen. I gotta go. I'll be back. I'll see you guys at 10. All right? Bye now.
You cut the crap.
Hey, Tina and Fam, no hard feelings, okay? Just try not to tell a content creator what to do on their channel. That's all I have to say. We'll be back at 10 o'clock, guys. It'll be a fun one, I promise. Dave's channel, Dave's choice. Yeah, you know, you get a couple, and look, no one team up on Tina. She's good people. It's, you know, we give you an hour or something. I'm gonna promote my stuff. We're gonna talk about my stand-up shows. We're gonna talk about blogs and vlogs and all that. So it's all love, guys. Come on. Everyone tell Tina that we love Tina. It's okay. We love you, Tina. Just next time, Tina, when you stop in, just say, hey, Dave, and ask me a question. But if I get defensive over anything, it's when I'm showing my vacation videos to you guys. That's all. Thanks, Tina. Okay. And for everyone else out there,
you cut the crap.
All right, we'll talk to you guys in a little bit. See you at 10 o'clock. Bye, everybody.